Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I am so excited to be here with so many patriots and friends. We know what is going on right now. This is a battle of good versus evil. This is a battle where we have a corrupt government trying to dictate to you that they are both the health care provider for you and the parents of your children. Well, I am here to let you know that the government will never be your primary care doctor, and the teachers union did not give birth to your children. If you haven't noticed that, I have been out there fighting on the front lines for years. I'm the first of cancel culture. So by the way, if any of you get called white supremacists, give me my number. I'm Massachusetts' #1 white supremacist. I stand up for freedom. I stand up for what we believe. God, family, country. Now, I'm the only unicorn in the room, because I'm Catholic. I happen to be black. I don't know if you noticed. And I'm a Republican. Always have been a Republican. Because I was taught. I grew up in Situate, Mass. I was born in Boston, but I grew up on the South Shore in low income in Section 8 housing. People are like, Situate, that's a ritzy-ditzy town. No. My neighborhood was so diverse, I had to feed my neighbors. And you know what color the poorest of my neighbors were? They were white. And they were my best friends. We were latchkey kids. We had our parents working all the time in order for us to have everything that we have today. I never was taught to see skin color. I was only taught to see red, white, and blue. I grew up with a community that got back behind me on everything. I was never told, and actually kind of hurt me, that the color of my skin would give me benefits. I was actually taught, no. See, you grew up in a white town, so you must be privileged. I am privileged. I'm privileged to be an American. And I'm privileged to be able to fight for our voices and have our Second Amendment rights. I'm a pretty good shot too, and I'm a master archer. Probably didn't know that. I have been in this state my entire life, my family their entire life, my husband who is Irish, him, his parents, and his grandparents immigrated here. And you know what they were told? Irish need not apply. My family, no blacks allowed. Or let's use the right term, as we know so many people get offended, but they can come on to my page. No niggas allowed is what they said. But yet I'll get hate from not only the radical Democrats, but also the rhinos that will come on my page and call me both a nigger and a Nazi. I must be doing pretty well. I fight for freedom. I stood with my beautiful friends of Ukraine. I have stood with my beautiful Asian Americans. Where's Cam? Did he disappear on me?
He left 5 minutes ago.
Oh, what the heck? We went and protested. I have been in the front of all of these protests. Why? Because our voices matter. Because we haven't been heard. And as your next Madam Secretary, we will have voter ID. They can give it to illegals, but they told us it was racist. Excuse me. We need to be voting in person, by paper.
That's right.
We need to be protecting our veterans, our law enforcement. I, as everybody knows, stand up and fight for our values, for our police, for our military. How many politicians in the height of COVID went out there and served military families and just everyday people in need? I did. For months. Our business owners, they had to get shut down. They couldn't afford to feed their families. They came through my lines. How much do you need? How many boxes do you need? We are talking fresh milk, meat, produce, cheese, yogurt. And they came through my lines because they were like, nobody is helping us. We're losing everything, but you're giving away $1 million for those who get the jab. You could have bailed out every single small business that lost their job. Follow the money. And when I'm your Madam Secretary, all this information will be right there for you. Freedom of information. It is my job to give you that information. It is my job to be standing up for the everyday American. I am not running under the narrative of the Republican Party. I am running for the people of Massachusetts. They don't like me so much because I say it as it is, and I am a complete masshole. I will tell you how it is, and if you don't like it, I don't care. You hear that? That's the world's most smallest violin, and it's playing the symphony, and I don't give a shit. That, we've got to fight them. They're coming at us, but use their own ammo against them. Look at everything that they call us. Projection. Oh, the white supremacists are here. Oh, wait, that's Democrat Party. Oh, it's Jim Crow laws. Again. It's Democrats. Oh, we've got to make sure that we have accessibility to great sorts of schooling and everything. Busing. Oh, we saw how busing worked here in Massachusetts. My mom, my husband's parents, Dorchester Mission Hill projects, Mattapan projects. You know where they all worked? Railroad tracks, boat yards. My mom built Boston whalers. I'm a fishing girl. Proud of it. I can teach every one of you how to plan. But we've got to stand up for our values. Stand up for our flag. Stand up for our freedom. Do you know the Secretary of State's office is responsible for having tours? Do you know how rich in history we are here? It should be a requirement that children know their history. That we have access for them to come. We've got so much money in waste that should be going to bringing the children to the State House for a tour, teaching them their history. I went to Lexington. I got to stand on the green when I was growing up and saw the reenactment. I'm from the South Shore, so of course, I was down there at Plymouth Rock. I went to Daniel Webster Camp. Didn't like it so much, but I went. went to camp out in the Berkshires from ages 8 to 13 years old. Roughing it. Chlorine, put it in your water, make sure you can drink it, tie your stuff up on the tree so nothing gets you. We got lost in the Appalachians. It's okay, I'm still here. But knowing our state, knowing how important our history is, knowing what we are here to do, Massachusetts is a leader. This is where liberty and freedom were born. I will be damned if I let it die here.
That's right.
I have 3 beautiful mixed Irish babies. And right now, they are being taught that they're both the oppressor and the oppressed. But they're double oppressed because they're Irish. I am a proud American mutt. I am a quarter Brit. I am 10% Scot. I'm 4% Irish. I'm West African, and then I got this other that I don't know what it is. I am so far removed. And as we all, from slavery, we're mixed. We have been mixed for a long time. We have mixed children. We have been working so hard for real equality, not equity. Sold my house, I got equity. That's how that works. We need to stand up for our values, for our traditions. It's Christmas, it's Christmas tree. We stand for our flag. We have one national anthem. And we have one American flag. Funny story, I just found out apparently there's like an African American flag that none of the African Americans know exists. So, my ancestors fought under the American flag, for the American flag, for our freedom. Once we started getting along and being so strong, patriots, they had to shut us down. They didn't want that. Then we had the pandemic. Well, I am proud to stand in front of all of you for the past 3 years, 2.5, whatever you want to call it, feels like forever. I have been out there fighting, meeting people, hugging people. I am unvaccinated, and I have not gotten COVID. God gave me an amazing immune system, as He has given so many of us. That is why, when you shut off, and Kim left, it's his turn, the television, they lie. The media gives you everything that they want you to hear. But you're smarter than that. Do your research. Understand the facts. I'm in healthcare. I'm a dental assistant, and know how many people got COVID from the dental office, Dave? 0. 0. Because we know how important it is to keep a sterile environment. When we move ourselves back and we're getting up to get something, everything comes off. You don't walk out with the same stuff, come back, spreading all germs. No, it doesn't happen. What they are trying to do is control. Dictation. Communists. Joe and the Ho. You see what's happening. It's ridiculous. I know, right? Everything that is happening today. Did Ukraine get invaded under Trump?
No.
Were we energy dependent on Russia under Trump?
No.
But now we're sitting here and we've got an idiot in office and no representation who no one's gonna fight for us and what we believe in. Because honestly, and I'm a little mad, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
How much am I paying for gas? It costs me over $1,000 to fill up my oil tank. America is waking up. And people know this isn't right. We need to be empowering Americans. Remember, they want to give ID to illegal immigrants. But I thought voter ID was racist. So us black people are too stupid to figure this out.
Right.
That's not racist. What's not racist at all. Remember, if I didn't vote for Joe Biden, I'm not black. Well, apparently, according to Monica Cannon Grant, I'm melanin adjacent. So I got my own labels.
Go on.
But Eric's not yet. Still not behind bars. Working on that.
Yeah.
But when we look at everything they try to push on us, and seeing how evolved we've become from 1619, as they want to, the 1619 Project, well, you can go back further, and I've been given, oh, it's not Black History Month anymore, boo. Shortest month ever. But I've been giving out Massachusetts history. Not Black history, Massachusetts history. Because Black history is a part of our history, and if we want to stop racism, stop talking about color. I'm American. Anywhere we go, we're Americans, and they look down upon us because we're Americans. We're the only country that still has the one party that is the racist party, and we have seen it time and time again. They're the original racists. And they want to put their values, their views on all of us. Well, we know what we are. We're patriots. We're fighters. We're the 3% that will stand up when nobody else will. I've been at every rally. We have had freedom rallies. We have had protests at DESE headquarters. We've been shut down. We've been blocked. I have been the cancel culture queen for over 10 years. Ridiculous. Nobody knows about it because nobody wanted to listen. When my now 10-year-old was in kindergarten, she came home 2 weeks into school. Mommy, I learned about Martin Luther King. Great, baby, this is so exciting. I had a dream speech. A little early, it's okay. What did you learn? I learned he was killed by a white man.
Oh, wow.
I lost it. I actually sent an email, made a phone call, superintendent, principal, board of the school, tomorrow you will be there.
Yeah.
Because I got something to say, and they showed up.
Good.
And I went in there and I ripped them a new one.
Good.
Times 10. I ended up pulling my children out of public school. Mind you, this little kindergarten. I just started. And took 125 families with me. Superintendent resigned. Board got all messed up. And that's when I realized, by the grace of God, scholarship. I'm just an everyday, hard-working mother. I can't afford to put my kids in private school. I'm a CCD teacher. I'm head of the children's choir. I sing in my own choir. And that's when they were like, these kids are amazing. The Catholic Church started school for this reason, so that every children gets an education.
So they can read the Bible.
So they could read the Bible. And for me, having God right there is the strength that keeps me going. He tells me how important this is. COVID happens, everything shuts down. I homeschool my kids. You're not getting indoctrinated. Not under my watch. All my kids knew was Catholic school. All they knew was God, respecting God, traditional math, because we saw how Common Core math worked out. That's what ended up in the 2020 election. If everybody did the math, the number of people registered to vote and the number of people that voted completely doesn't happen. Can't do it. More people voted than there are registered to vote. Like I said, Common Core math.
We know that one.
Black people can't figure it out. But this is why I had to get in this fight. Plus, we had a member of the squad, Antifa Ayan, I called her back then. Remember the Summer of Love? Isn't that so lovely? While our cities were burning, the destruction, our businesses.
That was an insurrection.
That was an insurrection. But we marched on the people's house, and we become the insurrectionists. We didn't bomb it like they did in the 70s. How soon we forget.
Yes.
That's why history is so important.
Yeah.
And that's why it needs to be protected. They took down the Abraham Lincoln statue, bought and paid for by freed slaves. Do you not know your history?
They don't.
They don't. Christopher Columbus. Do you know that Cherokee helped to keep the slaves and did not support Columbus at all? Hi! Oh, look at that! I gotta go to the room.
Get that music.
I know. But oversight, transparency, this is what we need. I'm not a politician. I'm an everyday South Shore girl who knows my history and knows that my town fought off the British Army in the Situate Lighthouse, 2 girls in a family of 9 that lived up there. Army of 2, the Bates sisters.
Yeah.
I know that Massachusetts is named after Indians. I am sitting here and I am watching them label. It's black and white. If you're not dark, you're not black. But before, Italians, you weren't white, now you are.
Yep.
Asians, you weren't white, now you are. Oh wait, now we brought you back to people of color.
Right.
Whoa.
It changes every year.
It changes. But I just buried my chief, Chief Yellowfeather, a direct descendant, Algonquin Indian, still spoke Algonquin, also part of the Mayflower. And she just tragically passed away. Does anybody care about the Indian population? They don't want reparations, right? Stop with that. We have worked so hard. Those are transgressions of the past. Do not put them on us, as we have achieved so much and stood up for so much. And now our women's rights are being taken away by it. Make your own transgender league. Women have fought so hard. So hard. And where are they standing up? Where are the mixed parents standing up? They talk about they want a label. This is a suburban White House mom's battle. No, this is an everyday American battle. They have forgot about us. I haven't. They told me the world was going to end when I graduated high school. Thank you, Al Gore. Didn't happen. I've always been a Republican, and I've always stood up for freedom, for liberty, for your adorable face. I know how much you want me to stop.
Lie to this fine crowd.
But why I'm here is because I need your help, your support, and for us to have our message out there. And I am a huge supporter of Core Nation.
Yeah.
Core has been my bodyguard at every single event. We were actually told in that march, they were like, oh, it's a bad image up front, it's white supremacy. And I'm like, I got my first sweatshirt on. But again, if anybody calls you white supremacist, give them my number. I'll give you the head of white supremacy, Massachusetts. Her name is Rayla Campbell. Here's her number. But that is the labels. When they don't have an answer, they label us. But we know that we're the foundation. We are the core of America. But it is so important for us to be standing up and for our voices to be heard. And we cannot keep the devil that we have in office. He's known as the Prince of Darkness. Well, fear not, my friends, because you can shine in the light with Rayla. I love you guys so much. God bless you. Please sign my nomination papers in the back. Each town has to be different, so let my team know what town you're in, and we'll get you on there, and we are going to make sure that we are standing up for what we believe in. And if they give you any shit, just send them to me. I'll send them straight.